Blockchain ledgers are expected to play a profound role in shaping the infrastructure of tomorrow, and blockchain solutions have already been a great center of attention for the industries like finance, security, healthcare, and governance. I would like to call Mr. Javed Yousuf, Edhi, Group Head Technology and Digital Innovation at Citibank. Sir, I would like to call you to come on stage and join us as a speaker of Blockchain Summit 2018. Welcome Mr. Javed Yousuf, Edhi.
Sorry for the delay. Actually, I was trying to download one presentation to make it more fruitful, but now I'm not able to go through, so it's my mistake. I'm late. So, my name is Javed Yousuf, Edhi. Education-wise, I've done my engineering and then joined Citibank. Spent 6 years over there in technology, Asia Pacific team. Then joined MCB in Pakistan. Same in technology. Then spent 9 years. I also established Mnet Switch, which you use one link in Mnet. I was the CEO for this, for interoperability. Then moved to Habib Bank for a couple of years. Then to Civic Bank, which is my role here is a digital bank, digital innovation and technology. So I look after all these things. Blockchain. I just want to give you an analogy. Just comparison, because there are so many buzzwords going on. So I just want to be very clear and crisp कि अपना mind मैं pass on कर सकूँ. If you see the era in 1400th century, there was the need of an invention. There was a need of the thing to control, to collect and document information. It was the need from the start, but in 1400 it became a dire need. What happened? In that century, printing press was invented. And today, you can see the results of this printing press. The MITs and Harvards and Columbia of the world and Cambridge and Oxford of the world are there. Unfortunately, other part of the world have not accepted this, और उसका नतीजा हम आप देख रहे हैं कि level of education in this part क्या है. It's become some religious issue at that time. I don't want to name it, so it became a controversial. But remember this thing, okay, that was the need, dire need. Then there was a need, dire need in 1800th century, where people need some machines to produce stuff at the faster pace in quantity, 24/7, wherever, whenever. So the invention of the motor was the need of the time, and it invented, which starts giving us electricity, which starts giving us the mobility, which starts giving us the industry. And you can see the General Motor of the world, Ford of the world, Toyotas of the world, or any other engineering firms which are based on large-scale production are the result of that 1800th century invention. Today you remember the name Tesla, it is part of that, and now we are embracing it in a different stage. So those who take the advantage of the need and get themselves on the bandwagon full-heartedly, they will like the results. It's obvious, the Western world, again, have taken the lead to embrace these dire need of the time and exponentially use it into a different, what you can say, segments. When it comes to engineering, industrialization, production, comfort, housing, you name it, and you can see the results across the globe. Then the era come in 1900th century when it was the information age. Information was very much there, digitized, but interconnectivity was the dire need. Again, internet has been invented, and we also have taken part in this bandwagon, but not exactly the way we should have taken it. We have just taken as an end user. And this bandwagon gave us the interconnectivity and the access to the information to the highest level. So today it's a joke going on, who teaches you anything? So Google teaches me everything. So this is the proof of what you can say acceptance. It was a need, information, abundance of information, and then sharing information. Then, at the end of 19th century, 20th century, and in this arena, if you were going through this, there was a need of security. So people start securing it, people start communicating it. But you know, today, if you go and buy a shoe on a shoe pair on an e-commerce site, especially यहाँ पे बात करता हूँ, then we start saying, are they going to send me the original or not? The first question comes to our mind. But we want Nike shoes in 4,000 rupees, which is a retail price of 16,000, and we can understand if you cut out the jobbers from all the supply chain, it might come up to 12,000 or 10,000. It cannot come to 3,000. Then we start blaming the system. This e-commerce is crap because it's not original. So now we have interconnectivity, we have network, we have loads of information. But what we are missing now, or what is the 21st century need, dire need? Anybody? Trust. There is a wide gap between the production end and the consumer end. I don't trust the product till the time I see, I feel it and check it, because there is a huge gap of a trust, and it is the dire need. We have to bridge this trust. So there is an option to utilize this blockchain to bridge this trust gap. Not today, maybe in 10 years, 20 years, within this century, maybe 30 years, 40 years, around the road, you will see that the trust will take over. I can give you a very simple example, a dire need within Pakistan. Today you go and purchase property. What happened? First of all, you agree with the buyer and seller for the price. I'm taking a very basic example of trust. Then he gives you the copy of his papers, which he already have in original, or he can show you the papers, which you go with the lawyer because he knows everything, you don't know anything. You trust him. You trust him. Then he say, no, this paper is missing out of it. You need the search certificate, we need the mutation, we need the transfer deed, we need the completion certificate, blah, 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 blah. Then challan payment, original challan, and then we come to know this is a huge amount of mistrust between the buyer and seller. And this gap is being bridged by the lawyers and the people who are expertise with their past experience, and then they can say, yes, document is original, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay, and then they will go to the registrar and get the things done. Now think of it, if you go to buy the property, and if you go to the real estate office of the government of Pakistan and you say, okay, I want to buy this property, and on a click, with understanding, because you have to prove yourself you want to buy it, they can tell you the complete history of the product with authenticity. And you can finish this transaction in 10 minutes. This is the feature of the blockchain which we can leverage. Dubai has moved forward with this, and they have practically implemented this thing in their real estate. They have cut down all the lawyers, the jobbers, the expertise, real estate, everything. You can go and do this. So start thinking across your life. There's a major problem in Pakistan of medicine, fake medicine. If you start controlling the batch number using this blockchain, you will not be able to see fake medicines in the market. Like fruit, people are doing across the globe, whether the fruit is organic or not. आजकल बहुत बिकता है fruit, organic है कि नहीं है, कैसे पता चलता है? देख के तो नहीं पता चलता. There is always some authenticity is required. So the trust gap is required to be filled, and blockchain, which is taken as a cryptocurrency, is not only the cryptocurrency. So we should get out of this mindset, start using this blockchain to solve the problem of the nation. If we sit with subject matter experts for 1 hour, I can assure you, you can come up with 20 practical low-hanging projects which government and public-private partnership can start on the blockchain and start building the trust. So blockchain is there. It has to be embraced in a proper fashion. Otherwise, we will have a, which you can say, वही हाल ना हो जो पिछले दौर में हुआ है कि एक चीज आई और चली गई, and we live ourselves into the stone age. Thank you very much.